We are live. Welcome to another episode of Ask a Clutter Boss, the internet's best weekly decluttering advice show. I am Jess Marcy from Clutter Boss. At Clutter Boss, we help professional women come home to a calm home every time you walk through the door. If coming home to a calm home is something that you are interested in doing, just let us know in the comments. We will drop you a link to our upcoming free workshop where you can learn about our proven strategies and methods that help you come home to a calm home every time. Good morning, Linda. Good morning. Thank you for joining us live. And if you're here live, please say hello in the comments. If you're here on replay, give us a hashtag replay so we know you watched. We can say hello to you. Today's topic is something that comes up so frequently in our decluttering journey, and it can be such a huge stumbling block that it prevents you from moving forward and it prevents you from completing your decluttering, and it gets you stuck in this endless, vicious clutter cycle. The question is, how do I find a place for all of my items while I am decluttering? How do I find a place for all of my items while I'm decluttering? Let me know, have you struggled with this? What happens when we're decluttering is essentially taking a lot of co-mingled collections. Think of a box, a bin, a drawer, a space, a closet, underneath your bed, on top of your bed, on top of any clear surface, and think about what is on or in that space. It's probably a lot of items that are just commingled. They don't have anything to do with each other, except they were placed in a drop zone and got left in a drop zone because they don't have a home. So, how do we find a space for every item when we are decluttering? The most important thing, and I think probably the most overlooked thing or part of this equation, is that we need to be living within the storage space that we have. So, the biggest struggle I see with most of my clients is we have, say, a 2,000 square foot house that has maybe roughly 500 square feet of storage space, but the items that you have take up maybe 1,000 square feet of storage space. So you're living well outside of the storage space that is available to you. And the solution that is sold to us over and over again is to create more storage, optimize your storage, buy more storage. The only way that you can create more storage space is to dig into your floor space. And that's not a great option because floor space, the amount of free area we have on the floor, is incredibly important to our mental health and to our physical health. When we live in an environment that has clear areas on the floor, we are able to maintain it better. It's easier to clean. It's safer for us. We have less tripping hazards, less fire entrapment issues. And because we're able to maintain the space from a cleanliness perspective, it's less likely to have environmental allergens like dust and mold or rodent droppings. So the idea that we can just create more storage space by adding more stuff to our space for the purpose of storage is a terrible idea. Absolutely horrible idea sold to you by a big corporation that wants you to keep buying more stuff and paying for more storage to store more stuff. So you buy more stuff to store more stuff. It's so crazy that now we actually buy or rent storage units. We pay to store our stuff that we're not even using. We pay for the stuff, we pay for the storage, we pay for extra storage, we pay for long-term ongoing storage. And it's all really at the expense of our physical and mental health. And that stops right now. That stops now. If you are watching this, I want you to make a commitment, an absolute commitment that your goal is going to be to live within the built-in storage in your house and other reasonable storage. Like if you have a dresser in your bedroom, that makes sense. If you have a dresser and plastic drawers like on the floor and then stacked up on top of your dresser, and you bring in a second dresser and you have under the bed storage and you have over the bed storage and you Add extra storage into your closet and you have stuff hanging off the back of your doors. That is living well outside of the storage space that you have available. And you have this false sense that when you declutter, it's going to be super easy because you have all of this extra storage, or you have a lot of storage and you can use that, and everything's going to work out great because you have this storage, or you're going to buy storage, or you're going to create more storage. It's just not the right answer. So this is the cold hard truth here, and it really is a cold hard truth, but the sooner that you embrace this truth, the easier and faster your entire decluttering journey is going to be. And that is, we need to live within our storage space. Period. Storage space is a parameter for our life, and your parameter is different from my parameter. Just like we have different amounts of money in our bank accounts, we have different amounts of time that we have free every single day based on where we are in life, our different responsibilities. We also have different amounts of storage space, and that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to live within your budget. It's okay to live within your time parameters, and it's okay to live within your storage space. And once you figure out, I can't keep all of this stuff, it just literally does not fit in my house. And if it's going to fit in my house, I have to give up a whole lot of important things like floor space and the ability to clean easily and the ability to live in an environment that is best for my health, optimized for my health. I have to give that up for this stuff, right? So we need to stop giving up all of these really important things for more stuff and just be ruthless to declutter until we are living within our storage space. So the original question here was, how do I find a place for every item in my home when I am decluttering? And the big picture answer to this, and I'll get into the nitty-gritty in a second, is you need to be super realistic about how much you can actually store, how much can actually stay in your house. And again, Clutter Boss, cold hard truth, you probably need to declutter more than 50% of your stuff to live comfortably within your storage space. And instead of looking at that and thinking, oh my gosh, that's so much stuff, so much money, so much time, think about what you're going to gain if you let go of 50% of your possessions. How much more free space would you have in your home? How much safer would your home be? How much more free space would you have in your schedule? Because you're not spending 3 hours cleaning and doing a job that, without all this stuff in the space, would just take 20 minutes. How much time would you save from not searching for stuff? How much frustration would you save? Can you put a price on a frustration-free life? Not that you can get completely frustration-free, but you know what I mean. We need to really get clear about the benefits of letting go of our stuff so that we can live within the space that we have. And I just also want to continue to stand high on this soapbox and say, we don't need all the stuff we have. No one needs all of the stuff that we have in our houses. Humans have never lived with this much stuff. And there are some arguments to be made that we used to live simpler, easier lives because we did not have so much stuff. There's not only arguments to be made like hypothetically, there's actually scientific data behind this. Our happiness has leveled off in the last 30 years. Buying more stuff does not make us happier. Our savings have decreased across the board in the last 30 years because we're taking our hard-earned money and turning it into literal stuff, garbage from you know where, right? It's just garbage that we're bringing in because we've been sold this idea that the more stuff we have, the easier and happier our life will be. Data doesn't show that. We intuitively know that that is not true. And so the sooner that you can face the reality that, you know what, I have been listening to this chatter that I need more stuff. I need to buy more stuff. I need to buy more storage. I need to buy, bring in. And that's actually been the wrong message. The sooner that you can say, okay, no problem. I'm ready to live a different way. I'm ready to let go of what is not serving me. I am ready to prioritize my time. I'm ready to prioritize my money. I'm ready to prioritize my health. I'm ready to prioritize my sanity. The sooner you can get from to that point, the easier this process will be and the easier your life will be. So if you're sitting here fighting yourself, letting go of stuff, fighting, but I spent money on it, but I don't have time to declutter, but I don't want to invest in myself, but I'm scared of what the outcome is going to be. Let go of that. Let go of that because that is not serving yourself, not serving your greater good, your higher good, or any good. If you want to show up as the best version of you, it is time to let go of the crap that is holding you back. It is time to let go and move forward. You know what to do. You know what to do. And is it scary? Yes. Is it worth it? Hell yes. Okay, so again, I'm deviating from the question here. How do I find a place for every item in my home when I am decluttering? Once you have gotten to that point where you are like, okay, I am only going to live within the space that I have. I'm only keeping stuff that actually fits. And now I'm faced with all of these items that are different and unique and from different collections. I need to start sorting them out, take this commingled collection, put like items together. And let's say you have your like items are everything that goes into the bathroom. So you're going to put everything that goes into the bathroom into a box. You're going to bring that box into the bathroom. And then you are faced with the fact that your bathroom is full of stuff already and there's no place to put anything. So it's hard to put stuff away and you're trying to declutter and get organized, but you can't even put stuff away. For right now, we're just focusing on the location at hand. So if you're decluttering your kitchen counter, you come up with a box of stuff for the bathroom. That's a tomorrow problem. We will deal with storage in the bathroom tomorrow or at some point down the road in the near future. For right now, we are just getting our space that we're working on clear. We are sorting the items and putting them into the room they're going to go into, even if they don't have a home yet. And as you're collecting items, and we're doing like a macro level organization here, basically putting it into the room or the closet where it goes. And then as we move forward, we're accumulating like items in the right spot. And then when you have a little bit of time, you can say, okay, bathroom declutter today. And you can dive into that bathroom and get it decluttered, really understand how much space you have and let go of everything that does not fit with a commitment to live within your space moving forward. That's how it's done, folks. It's not a one and done. We don't get through our entire house in a day or in a weekend. We slowly get through it one space at a time. And of course, the golden clutter boss rule. We don't move on to new spaces until we have established a habit to maintain, take care of the space that we have already done. Because if we're not building habits, we're not changing. And if we're not changing, why are we doing this at all? Right? So as we clear off that kitchen counter and you move that box to the garage, that box to the bathroom, that box to your bedroom, we're not moving into those spaces to declutter until we are solid in the habit of keeping that kitchen counter clear. And once you are solid in that habit, every single day, you get that kitchen counter decluttered down to zero, meaning nothing remaining that doesn't belong on the kitchen counter. Zero is not empty. Zero just means there's nothing extra in this space. We get that down to zero every single day until we become the person who does not have a counter in your kitchen that is covered with clutter ever. You have a decluttered kitchen counter. It's who you are. Then you move on to your next space because you have the habit of maintaining the space you have already done, and you can move on, declutter that space, organize it, build that habit to maintain it, and then you move on. That is how it goes. So, long answer. But I hope that the big picture here is really helpful because we're living woefully out of the space that we have in our homes. It is destroying our lives. That is not an overstatement at all. It is taking our time. It is taking our energy. It is impacting our health right and left. And it's time that you took your time, your energy, and your health back by letting go of the stuff that is holding you back. And if you need help and support doing that, we have the best decluttering program on the planet that helps you get through all of your spaces and build the habits that you need with incredible accountability and incredible community to support you along the way. At Clutter Boss, accountability is mandatory. If you're interested in learning more about our program, hop into our live workshop. That's tomorrow at noon. I'll drop a link in here when I'm done, and learn more about how we work with our clients and the process that we go through. And maybe we're a good fit to work together. All right, Jess Marcy, Clutter Boss, signing off. Bye for now, friends.